Madness? Insane? I can't even tell you what it is, but look at all this. It's the last night, the last car show, the last cruise night here at 81st and Harlan for Dukes. We're down here with Mike Albertson. We need to do an interview with him because he hasn't been here for a while. Mike?
I'm a little new at this, and I haven't really done. I don't like to talk. I'm bashful, as you know. What do you want? You got to ask me questions. I don't know what to say.
Well, you know, how long have you owned the car?
40 years this year.
40 years. Yeah, I remember those anniversary shots we took out in front of the house before and then. And
oh, yeah. This car, my cousin Scott Fulkerson owned first. I was one of the original 26 Duke guys. I was the original Dukes guy, but my cousin owned the car at the time. I bought him out like 3 years later and owned it ever since. So Dukes, this is an original Dukes car, but I'm the second owner, but I'm an original Dukes guy, so we had to bring it, you know.
Yeah, and now you got your son at 16, 17 years old.
He's ready to go. He drove it in, and he wants to go racing, so, and the bag fills back up. Maybe next year we'll put it together and let him take a few passes and get into it because it's, you know, it'll go into sevens, and I don't want him to hurt himself or the car, so we'll walk into it, but he'll be fine.
Just put a stop on the gas pedal.
Oh, stop. There ain't no such thing as a stop. He got a lead foot. Stop. The only time he's going to stop is at the finish line, you know.
There you go. Well, what does Dukes mean for you, man? We've been asking people.
You know what? People talk about different things and the nostalgiability of going in and buying your last beef sandwich. We were the first kids that come up here back in 74, 75 when they first opened, coming from White Castle down the street. This is like, if people watch the movie Hollywood Nights, this is our Tubby's driving. I mean, it's almost like I lost a dear friend or a cousin because of all the memories here, and I grew up here, and the first time I've ever seen cars was here, so it's a little sad. I mean, they're moving down the street about 6 blocks away, but this is where we grew up, you know. It's kind of like like moving out of your house, a childhood home, you know.
Yeah, that's true. And, you know, it's 4 generations, and you brought your son up here.
Yep, now he can continue when they go down the street, and then we'll see what happens. You never know.
That's it. down here with Eric Badotti, and well, tell us what does Dukes mean so much to you, man?
Well, from like 85 to 93, I lived up here every Friday and Saturday night, and my wife I met in Tinley. We used to come up here, hang out, and we took our picture up here for our wedding day, and we enjoyed it.
This is awesome. This is really awesome to be out here at the last night, to be able to come out and help you with this.
I appreciate all the help, man. I couldn't do this if it wasn't because there are guys that said, hey, if you need help, our club wants to help you. And it warms my heart that these guys reached out to me. Out of all the car clubs, it's the Worth Cruisers that came to my help to help park cars and do the judging and everything. We're down here with Randy Wierzak, Doug, and Randy's son, and Mitch is probably around here somewhere. But what does this mean to you, man?
Everything, man. Dukes is so cool. We're going to miss it. We've been coming here since 1975.
Hey, we're down here with Rich and Rob Rosniak, and I probably screwed it up, but I'm from Oakland. Hey, tell me, guys, really, I got to thank you for coming. What does Dukes really mean for you guys?
Well, we used to come back down here back in the 80s. The first time we ever showed up over here was like 1985. And then after that, I bought this car in 1987. And we've been coming down here since 1987, both on Fridays and Saturday nights, every day, every week. We would come down here, you know.
Northwest side of Chicago.
Where?
From northwest side of Chicago, Jefferson Park.
Jefferson Park. Man, I thought Oak Lawn was far from here. Dave comes from Wisconsin, and, well,
300 miles.
right.
300
And
miles.
No, that's nothing, because you do this
Oh, yeah.
during the week when those kids.
That's it, yeah. I work at a Christian youth camp, and we come down here to pick up kids, take them up to Silver Birch Ranch in White Lake, Wisconsin.
There you go. Great guy. And then he does actually goes to these street rod shows up to Michigan, whatever, and he's got to stop here and he sees me and hang out with his buddies.
Oh, this is too much. Again, this is, as you can see, this is tremendous to be here. And boy, you've always been so kind to me, so I appreciate that.
Oh, well, you're worth it, man. You're a car guy. We love you. And tell us a little bit about the car.
The car, I've owned it for 46 years. It's a 1938 Ford Deluxe Coupe, which was built originally by Tom Vaccaro out of Oak Lawn back in 1961. When I purchased it, again, it was in bad mechanical shape. So I put a small block Chevy in it back in 1973 and came to know the Lord. So the car sat for 30 years. My mom and dad passed away, left me some money, not a paint and body guy. We redid the paint and body work from 2003 to 2006. Since 2006, I have 170,000 miles on the car.
Frankie Ritacco, I didn't forget it, but I didn't know how do I describe you? I mean, what is Dukes for you here, man? I mean, you've been here longer than I have, but
Well, I started coming here in 1976, and been here ever since. Come up almost every weekend, building cars, bringing them up, showing them off here. It's just a great hangout, and we're going to miss it dearly. And the people are great. I want to thank Bill Humphrey. It's really cool that he would come out, and let us hang out in his business here. And it's just a great place to be.
all right, you heard it. Three legends over here. We got John Milner here. We got Mikey from Mikey's Classics.
No, Gibo. Everybody knows me by Gibo.
All right, well, you heard
A
that.
little older, but
Okay.
Richie is
What,
old.
what made you come up tonight?
Dude, I'm one of the originals, along with a lot of other people here, before it ever became a cruise night.
Okay, well,
Got a 40-year-old jacket to show you.
all right. You heard it. He's got a 40-year-old jacket.
It's a wonderful night. We just need to get out and do this more often. That's what we need to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
We got Richie now. Richie, we go back a little ways, but
Long time.
tell us. Oh, let me get this off my ears. I've been waiting for a phone call. My lawyer says I got to go to a higher court. Anyway, Richie, you did some cruise nights here.
Yes.
What years?
Oh, jeez. Bringing my car up or running that show?
Running it.
Oh, that's a long time ago. I've been out of here now 7 years now. So back then, that'd be what, 2000?
Probably right around
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
2000. That's a 2010, 9, 10, somewhere in there.
Something like that. Hey, I noticed you didn't bring the car today.
No, it's sitting home in the storage. Yeah.
You knew better, right?
Yeah. Every year I think about bringing my car out again, and it's been in storage now for the last 7 years now.
You got to get that vet out. We'll talk to you later.
I miss driving that car.
Well, get going. Get in that car and drive. We got the Messina boys. What's up?
How you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
How
Don't
about
be-
this place?
How about it, man?
I'm kind of camera shy. You know that, right?
That's okay. Tony Vistu didn't want to be on camera. He said, and somebody said, "Hey, your picture's in the post office anyway."
Yes,
You know.
everybody knows this picture.
All right. Anyway, thanks for coming out.
Thanks
And,
for having us.
I know
we
uh,
wouldn't have missed it.
Right. I mean,
We wouldn't have let Kevin miss it.
Right. Well, I know that, a lot of people say, "Hey, you guys didn't hang up here back in the day," and I understand that. But you've been here. You've been here for the U.S. 30 reunion and Marty Bilecki, and I really appreciate that. So, what's it mean to you tonight?
It's kind of sad. You know what I mean? Even though we didn't hang here as kids, it's sad.
Right.
It is sad. Now people are saying they might reopen. I hope they do.
Oh, they're going to reopen because I didn't get fired yet. All right. Hey, your brother left. Oh, he knew. No. Oh, wait a minute. Now, who are you?
I'm Blaze Messino.
Oh, you're the one with the junior dragster.
I am.
We caught her coming in, didn't we? How do you like racing?
I really like it. It's a lot of fun.
So when are you going to get in the car instead of that junior dragster?
This one,
that one.
This one I'm not allowed to till I'm 21, but I have an 87 Camaro waiting for me next year.
There you go. You guys know this guy? Thanks for coming, man. I really appreciate it.
Anything for you, Scott. Anything.
Oh, I'll start that. I'll start that. I'm not Mike Alberts. You can't do that to me.
Okay.
All right. We asked your son, but we said you come up here for the drag nights for Marty and everybody.
Yeah.
What's this mean for you?
Yeah, it's just a nostalgia thing, I got a lot of people that I know here, and I just like coming here. You know what I mean? So yeah, and all the people, drag racing fans are the best fans there is.
You got that right. Everybody, if you break, this guy's over there to help you, a wrench or a trans, whatever, if it works for your car. But yeah, and I tell you what, I've had a lot of respect for you, especially after the little incident we had at Toyota Park.
Oh yeah.
And I after you did that, man, I'm like, this guy's props in my book.
Yeah, hey, you got to look out for each other, right?
That's right.
That's right.
And when we get that mayor to open that track up for us, we'll be there every weekend.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Perfect. All right, you've heard of legendary Borowski engines. Well, this is the nephew, Adam. Adam, you've been coming here for how many years?
Since 1982, when I was a sophomore in high school. We used to catch rides up here with my buddy's older brother.
And did you ladder your parents like I did?
No, they didn't care where I was as long as I wasn't in trouble.
Well, there you go. Hey, you brought your son up here when he was little.
Yes, yeah, ever since he was born, we
Yeah.
came up here. Yeah.
Oh, and that's what it's all about. Is we got 40 years here, at least 44 years. That's 4 generations.
Yeah, correct.
So, well, what does it mean to you?
I love this place. It brings back a lot of memories of good times that we used to have and still gonna have.
You do have that one memory with that 57 Chevy down the street.
Yeah, the little street race we had, yes.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't really supposed to happen that way, but it's out on YouTube. How do we know each other?
My mother, who's 94, knows his grandmother, who's 99, are friends.
And we were talking, and she said, yeah, I got to take care of my mom. I'm like, well, what's your mom's name? And she said, hey, ask her if she knows Audrey Flackney and Anne Marie McCauley. And she did, and what did she say?
Yeah, she sure did. She said, "Oh, it's Scott. Oh, she knows Scott too really well." Small world.
Our Savior's Lutheran Church. There you go. Are you having fun?
Very much. Thank you. I'm
right.
glad you let me know about all this.
Oh, that's what Facebook's all about. And Jimmy, that poster that we have inside, that's got your car in there, and you earned that spot, but you disappeared. Now you're back.
I was in Vegas for a little while. I came back here, and car was kind of disheveled when I got back. It took quite a bit of work. I got it back out today.
We're down here with Phil Stoll, and somebody say you're the guy that reports where everybody's at.
Sometimes. What are you, a cop?
No, trust me.
okay.
We have enough out there.
Okay.
What'd you bring up tonight?
56 Chevy.
You still brought it up. Did you
Yes.
find a place to park?
Yeah, the cash loan place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's their own little car show going on.
We got our own
over
little
there.
car show.
Yeah.
If you want, stop by.
We'll
be there all night.
And there's even a Boyd car out there.
There might be.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There is. All right.
Oh,
Thanks,
yeah, it's
man.
on the lawn.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, man. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
What does Dukes mean to you, man?
Man, I came here when I was a kid, and it just gives you goosebumps right now, but just means a lot. It's like a pure American muscle car. That's what it reminds me of, you know?
No, did your dad bring you up here?
Actually, my grandfather brought me up here.
Okay.
Yeah, back in like 87, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that long ago.
Yeah, you were young in it back
I was
then.
young back then.
And is this your son?
No, this is my nephew.
Oh, okay. So,
My nephew.
so
So
he's
now
out.
I'm taking him.
There you go.
Mhm,
That's
and he's into it hard.
Right. And this is what it's about, man. The
This
last
is what
40
it's
years,
about.
man.
Yes, it is.
Generation to generation.
Yep. And I want to see something disappear, you know, so we got to stay, you know,
Well,
all together.
When they tell me where they're going to be at,
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you the
I
word.
know
and
you will.
I hope you're there.
I will be. Trust me.
All right. There you go. A loyal customer, still looking to find out where they're at and going to be there. We owe a lot to this man here, Joe Milfeo. Joe, thank you for the stickers. Thank you for coming out all last week, and thanks for coming out today.
Oh, Scott, thanks for having me, man. I'm sad that Dukes is closing, obviously, but today is just special. I mean, Mike Albert's being here with his car, and some of these guys who are legends in my book. I grew up coming up here, looking at their cars and idolizing these guys, and what an amazing night. Rain or shine, it doesn't matter. It's just wonderful to be here. So.
Well, you talk about rain, but and shine. Both your vehicles are looking really good, and you sit there and say the caliber of the cars. You're right along with them.
Yeah, but I mean, these guys are legends, right? I mean, these guys started the whole thing. It's so cool. It almost brings a tear to your eye, just to see these guys. But it's great because I'm friends with them now.
Right.
It's really cool. So
and the best thing is because they're racers and you're racing, and you got that camaraderie. But I'm telling you, you came up here when I met you, it was just a guy who was, hey, I used to be here and everything, and then you bought this car, and then look how you transformed it. I mean, we got a sickness, and you really got it.
It's definitely an addiction. Speed is an addiction. Love it or hate it, So. No, we don't. We have one race car, and we decided we want to build another race car. So that one is the other one. But hey, it's just we're having fun.
Oh, we're gonna have a cackle fest, huh?
Oh, for sure. Let's fire them up. Make some noise.
When it stops raining, we'll dry the motors off.
Hallelujah. Let's do it.
happy to be here at Duke's for the final day. Over here with Uncle Dave.
How are you doing, Dave?
Good, how are you?
Thanks for coming out, man.
No problem. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
We're
Go
just
ahead.
happy to see you. And hold on, for the last day, I just want to make a wish here. Hold on.
What was the wish, man?
I don't know. Wish we get another Duke's opened up, huh?
They will.
So you'll be a busy guy.
Well, I didn't get fired yet, so
Well, there you go.
I may have a month or two off, but then it's wintertime, so who
Right.
knows? What does Dukes mean for you?
It has a lot of great memories. I used to be one of the guys that would come here about an hour before closing time and have the car in the trailer. You know, we would do a little action late at night, way out in the boonies. It's just a place where good food, a lot of great people. You know, this is the end of an era. We're going to start a new era at the new place. It's just great.
Well, I hope we'll see you there.
Oh, definitely. I would miss it.
And if you don't know, the guy that made a wish on my tummy is Ray Romito from Romito's Race Engines. How many of these cars have you built motors for on the street?
I don't know. Quite a few. Quite a few in the recent years. Yep. Yeah, we're going to miss it. We're going to miss it. A lot of that late night racing until 2 and 3 in the morning. A lot of it started right here. And you can see, obviously, by the look of the cars around here, it's still alive and well.
Yeah, and we got some of the original guys here.
Yeah, I saw that. That's great. That's really good.
This is Pat Kaminsky, and we got Steve over there. Steve, come on, get in here a little bit, man. Your dad's sitting out in the back, but tell us a little bit about you and your dad coming up here, the real history about you guys.
Okay. I first came up here, one of my earliest memories, in fact, I was 4 years old, and my dad brought me up to Duke's in that car, although it looked a lot different back then.
Yeah?
So, yeah, I've been coming up here for a long, long time. He's been coming up since the 70s.
And that's when it was, before it was Dukes, it was Bridgeview Drive-In.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yep, absolutely.
Now, what does it mean to you here?
Great times, great food.
Well, last weekend was drag night, and we seen you and your dad's, I don't know if it's your uncle or whatever, but you had a nice little family thing going on over there.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys are sitting here, you're making memories.
Absolutely.
The last drag night.
Yep.
The last cruise night here. And you got this 55, which is the first car I met you with.
Yeah, way
over at Gio's.
Yes, way back at Gio's.
And this one finally got back out on the road. And basically, is it Steve's or whose is it?
It's
always going to be our dad's.
Yeah, this will always be our dad's. This will always be our dad's. My Mustang's mine.
Right.
The Nova's Stevie's.
Right.
But yeah, these two will always be my dad's.
Beautiful. All right. Well,
but Stevie's the caretaker of this one now,
Oh,
according
really?
to my dad, and I'm the caretaker of the 56, according to my dad. But they'll always be his.
Okay. Well, Steve, I know you put in about 40 hours this week just trying to get this thing in.
Yeah, we worked 40 hours straight on it to get it running for Dukes.
I really appreciate you coming out, man.
Thanks, Scott, man. We appreciate the show. Rain or shine, we'll be here all night.
You heard it. We're staying late, man. Hi, we're down here with Mark, and well, some of you guys might remember this guy. He might have made a beef. No, you didn't make a beef sandwich. You served it to him.
What, pizza? No, I made beef here.
Yeah, beef.
Yeah, I did that.
Okay. From what years to what?
I started here in like 83, and I worked here for a really long time. Like 15 years. Long time.
And then you met a beautiful young blonde that you worked with.
Yeah, right there. That's my wife, Lori. She worked there. She was here longer than me, and she made beef sandwiches, so that's where I met her.
There you go.
That's my mom, Patsy. Patsy worked here for a long, long time.
She just retired, last year?
2 years ago.
Man, Patsy, it's been 2 years. I missed you, sweetheart. You're not mad at me anymore, because if you were working, you know how mad you'd be at me with all this?
She taught me everything I know. Everything I know.
She's a good mom.
She is a good mom. I was like the best employee here. I did a whole lot. I was good. And my wife, she was really, really good. She learned from me, though. I kind of taught her a lot while she was here.
Man, are you going to be? You are going to be vacuuming tonight?
No. She did good. She's a good wife.
Okay.
So, what else you want to know?
Nothing. Just what does this mean to you? I mean, you worked here.
Oh, come on,
sweetheart.
Don't hit me, Laura. Don't hit me. What does this mean? It means the end of an era. This place had so many good memories for me. Growing up, a lot of good times. I met a lot of wonderful people here. So hopefully everybody stays in contact, but I'm very sad to see it go.
How many old employees are here today?
There's probably about 10 here, I would say. Hopefully more show up. But,
it would be nice.
Yeah, it would be. But a lot of good times here, a lot of good people. Like yourself. Yeah, you're like the leader. You're like the patriarch of the car shows, you know?
I'm just a guy who likes cars, man.
Oh, you did good. You did good.
Well, thank you very much. And do you want to say anything, young lady?
No, I'm good.
Merry Christmas.
Scott is one of our regulars for our drag night, and when we had Kyle Keck fundraiser.
Yeah, we've been out here quite a few times. We enjoy ourselves very much so.
Well, I know Dad didn't come with you tonight, but
Yeah.
I love your dad. I love you guys. You've been there for me for a lot of things, and I can't thank you enough.
Hey, thanks for
what you've
keeping
done.
this scene together, Scott. This place was almost dead. You came back around, and it's gone crazy.
Well, I don't know that it was dead, but there was nobody
Let's
doing
say
it.
that
But
there was
I stepped up and said I want to do a cruise night.
Right.
And
And
when
you did a wonderful job with it. It's unbelievable.
It's just all about loving and the cars and what have you. But Humphrey sat there and said, "What day do you want to do it?" I go, "Day." He goes, "Yeah, during the week." I go, "During the week?" I go, "Bill, Dukes was Friday and Saturday."
Yeah.
And I picked Saturday, and then everybody goes, "Can't you do Friday?" I said, "We could do Friday," and we were going to do newer cars for Friday night, and then we had a bunch of tuners show up, and we had to tell them, "You gotta go, man. It's this American muscle." And every Friday and Saturday night, I made it to be like, well, I tried to make it look like, or not like, it was Dukes all over again. Date night, come on out, no racing, sadly, but that's what Drag Night was about.
Yep, that was a great time. We enjoyed ourselves every time we've been out here with Drag Night.
Well, when was the first time you came to Dukes?
Oh man, first time was probably in the early '80s. We've come past this place 4 times a day or 4 times a week. We had an account right over here in Bedford Park, so my father and I would drive by here all the time. If we were lucky enough to be working on a Friday night, we were here for an hour or so just to look at all the cars. For myself, coming here was probably about 1990 when I had my first car, which was a '70s Chevelle, and we came up here pretty often at that point. So
now the car that you're campaigning is Jimmy Zimmer's old car.
Yes, yeah. Jimmy Zimmer's old Chicago Wise Guy car. I've had it since '07. Beautiful car. Jimmy did an excellent job. I can't believe how many events I go to that people still come up and tell me, and they're looking at the tin work like, "Hey, that's about 340 screws we put in there. We don't use rivets, we use screws." Jimmy was meticulous. So, and it's awesome because the car is quality built. I mean, we're doing really well with it. Obviously, 3 years ago, the car did a complete makeover. We would now run with Midwest Nostalgia Pro Stock for exhibition racing, but the car is still the car. Very well built car. I'm proud to own it.
Well, it's definitely beautiful.
Thank you.
We're down here with Sherry Ziegler, and your married name is now?
Sherry Kowalski.
Okay. I'm from Oak Lawn. I ain't touching that last name. But anyway, Sherry, tell us, what was it like growing up in the Dukes family?
It was fun. I had a beautiful car. I had a Corvette, 1975 Corvette.
What color was that?
It was yellow.
Oh.
Convertible.
Okay,
It
I
was
remember
my
that
first car. When I was 16.
Okay.
So, then I had another Corvette after that. And I think I had a Chevelle. And so on. They were always clean. They were always waxed. And it was fun.
And now you're into motorcycles, I see.
I am. Yes, I am.
Well,
I got a hubby that has a bike, and we go on the bike a lot.
Well, you've known me now for 11 years,
I have.
and it's been nice knowing you and being. You're always smiling when we come through the back here and whatever.
I try.
I don't come through the back door. I always come to the front counter. I take my turn and everything. But who would you say of all the people you've worked with, who was the best employee?
Oh, probably Mark Valaga. Mark Valaga was my favorite.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Okay.
And
thank
we'll
you.
see you later.
Okay.
We're down here with Joe Carter, the president of the Illinois Street Racers, and a lot of stickers were on your car, man, from Alberts to a lot of guys.
Ever since we started coming up here, and I made a lot of friends with all the Chicagoans, we kind of got a lot of guys in the group. So
Now, tell us, everybody, where you came from.
we live about 3.5 hours south of Chicago. So,
and you came here tonight just for this.
We got a lot of history too. I mean, I read about it in Cars magazine back in the early 80s. I was young, and something said we got to go up there and check it out. And it started, I mean, I met people. We drive 3.5 hours back and forth, and I'd come up here for all the late night activities, and it was like a big, I felt like I was a Chicagoan. So,
Exactly.
And I got a lot of history with Dukes. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're still continuing that going on and everything. I know you're following racing and stuff. I got to tell you, man, I'm glad to call you my friend, and I'm glad you're here tonight.
Well, I'm glad to be here. This is something I wouldn't have missed it because I met so many just really cool people, in Chicago, that's the city.
Yeah, well, you don't get too many nice people out of Chicago. Anyway.
But yeah, I just, and they open their arms to all the street guys to hang out here, which a lot of restaurants down at home, they don't do that. So
right.
It just felt good to come up here, so.
All right. Well, go and see all your old friends. Mike Alberts is over there somewhere.
Yeah, I gotta do that. You know that. Right. It's good seeing you, brother.
Man. And we'll get your address and everything for your jackets, and I got some stickers too.
All right, right on, man. Right on.
All right, man. Thanks. Heather Dorothy. And we've been friends on Facebook how long?
I don't know, several years, probably over 10 years.
Yeah. And she finally came here, grabbed my arm and said, "Hey, Scott, how are you?" And I'm like, and she tells me who she is. I'm like, oh my God.
It's been forever.
And she used to work at Precision Turbo, and now she's working at
Borowski Race Engines out of Joliet, Illinois.
So that means you're closer to home now.
Yes, closer to home, and I'm their new sales and marketing rep.
Oh, so I need to talk to you about some door prizes for the next show.
Well, we build race packages. We also build a lot of street packages. So whether it's nitrous, supercharged, or turbocharged engines.
Well, please tell me you do have nitrous express systems.
It's actually nitrous outlet.
Oh, no, we got to get nitrous express. Mike Wood, my friend.
Well, you'll have to give me the number. Maybe we got to talk some business.
I definitely will do that. What does Dukes mean for you, baby?
Long time, history, lots of cars, a lot of new people coming out, and it keeps bringing a lot of people to the area. So history.
I am you. You do not know how happy I am to see you.
I'm glad.
And you were one of the greatest surprises this weekend.
Surprise!
Honestly, I met Susan Ford last Saturday.
Did you?
Yeah, I told her the night before,
wow.
You can come up, get shirts, and she'd come up, hey, it's me. I'm like, who? Susan. Susan who? Ford with a D. Oh,
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, and I've invited so many people and they don't show up. So, it's like, so when you guys grab my arm,
Had to do that.
Yep. Well, I'm glad you're back in the neighborhood, sweetheart.
No problem. Well, thanks for the interview.
Okay. All right. We're down here with Lou Holly, and it's been a while since I saw you last. And
Yeah.
What is new with you, man?
New? Well, I've got 2 crime novels that I've written or published. My first one, The Southside Hustle, is set here in the southwest suburbs. In fact, I mentioned Dukes in Southside Hustle. I used to walk up here from my grade school, Maddock, in 7th and 8th grade back in the early 60s before it was Dukes.
Wow.
And I used to bring my 57 Pontiac up here in 75 when they first opened. Then in the 80s, I used to bring my 51 Merc up here. But yeah, I've got a long history with this place.
How do you feel about it ending today?
Oh, I hate it. But, I'll check out the new place.
I hope you do, because I'm going to look forward to being there.
Yeah. I had my beef sandwich today,
All right.
so
Thank
I'm
you, Lou.
happy. Thank you.
We're down here with Felix, not Felix Unger, but Felix, and he's like the librarian about Duke. So talk about 1971, 72 down the street, and then what do we got here?
We were down the street at White Castles from 1971 to 75 when Wayne Ziegler bought the place, and he asked us to come down here, and we had the fastest cars from Archer Avenue, from Tinley Park, from Orland Square, Orland Park, and we just raced. Blue Top, we raced here, we raced all over the place. Archer Avenue, Saganaski Slough, and it was a lot closer than they're racing now on the street. It was like I could touch the guy's car next to us. So, and we just had a good time, and we kept rolling with it, and here I am 42 years later, or 45 years later, almost 44, whatever. Right. And I got my friend Billy here that started out with us. He was an original.
You were original?
Yep, I was one of the original.
What kind of car did you have?
I used to have a Firebird with the big block Chevy until it got ripped off. Never seen it again. It's out in Willow Springs, I think.
Let's not talk about what. We ain't talking about Willow Springs.
Yeah, talk about Willow Springs. But yeah, we always had a good time here, and everything was nice. It has gotten bigger with show cars, and we call them show boats. But we were drag racers, flat toe. Put them on the trailers later on in years when we got more money. But we were always here, and they called me the greeter. I used to come here at 5 o'clock after work, stay till they close all the time, every night. And then they used to call me, because Kevin called me, Kevin Lawrence, with Shake, Rattle, and Run. Right. And he called me up and he said, you got to come because you were a greeter and the instigator. Because we used to instigate. I don't know how many times I got popped in the head, and how many times we had a fight. Remember that? How many times we had to fight our way out. But nobody ever believed it, but it was all true. Well, this is all a true story.
I'll tell you what, they called you the greeter. What do you think I do here for the last 11 years?
You've been the greeter too, yes. I seen you on
But I didn't instigate nothing.
No, you know instigating, yeah. But I just had an incident here where my wife leaned up against the guy's car, and I come out with my old saying. She leaned up, she said, ma'am, he said, ma'am, can you get off my car? And I said, turn around. I said, it ain't nothing but a rag. It's a rag. It's a piece of...
Right.
I want to say shit.
Yeah,
poop.
right.
And he's looking at me like he didn't know what to say. I said,
right.
Now this is a race car, and I pointed at Shake, Rattle, and Run. You want to race?
Right.
And the guy didn't know what to say to me. He says, oh, and he just walked away. But that's what we did back then. We instigated and we did it all.
I hope you have fun the rest of the night.
I hope so, too. I think we will, because we met a lot of people like you guys and a lot of people we haven't seen for years.
All right, man. We got to go. We'll see you in the next interview. Hey, we're down here with Tony, and, well, tow truck Tony or Tony Vestuto, but you came from a car family, right?
Yes, sir.
Your father has been doing cars for how many years?
Since he was born.
So, he brought you up to these cruise nights and car shows?
Yes.
So, what would you say is the big influence for you to build these beautiful cars that you have, well, especially these Willys and...
Just something I enjoy doing. It's not even a hobby, it's just a lifestyle.
Lifestyle? I thought it was always a hobby.
Not a hobby for us.
For you guys?
Yes.
Okay. Most people out there, it is a hobby.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what's the difference between a lifestyle and a hobby?
We do car stuff every day. We travel around the country, do different shows, different cruise nights.
Yeah, you do like Cruising the Coast, the James Dean thing, right?
Yes, we go to Daytona, we go to California, we go all over the country.
Well, you've been for at least since I've been here, you've been a big staple up here. I mean, you were back in the 90s, right? When you were
Yes, sir. Used to ride my bicycle here in the 80s.
And then when was it you and Josh started coming up here?
Probably the late 80s, early 90s.
Right. And he had a Vega?
Yes.
And what did you have at the time?
70 Camaro.
There's something about those Camaros you still have.
Yes, they come and go with me. You never know what I'll have.
Well, out of all the cars, you have the Willys. What is so special about the Willys that you always you build them? I mean, this one's all steel, so there's a difference.
Just something about them. I've loved them since I was a child.
It didn't have nothing to do with that movie?
No. I didn't see the movie till after I owned one.
Wow. Well, Tony, I want to thank you for having my back, and Tony has helped park cars and do everything the last couple of days, not even the last couple of weeks, but throughout this whole deal. And I know it's a sad day that this is going down, but we'll have another spot.
I can't wait. It's like losing a family member today.
It is. It's, you know, you got to remember, you and your dad made memories there. You're not going to make memories over there. Well, maybe when you and Taylor get married and then come up there, and you'll make your own memories.
Hopefully.
All right, guys. Well, we got to go on to another interview. That's about it for now.
I heard it's supposed to rain.
Don't do that to me. I've asked the guys, don't do that. This is the last night. We got to get out of here.
I can't do nothing about that. That's why I'm under the awning.
This is an interview that's been supposed to be done years ago. We're going to do it right now and get it done. Who was the, who am I talking to? I'm talking to the camera.
There were five fast guys.
There was five, huh?
At least Scott Fulkerson, Kevin Lawrence, and there were a few guys from Archer, Marty Bilecki, and Mike Alberts, Pete Damakis, Glenn Martinick, and all them guys. There were a bunch of us on it.
I just want to know what happened to your car.
My car?
Your Z28.
That's besides.
Okay.
I didn't have a Z20. I had a Nicky Camaro. 68 Nicky. I sold it.
Hey, all right, now, what was probably the best race you guys ever had?
Me whipping Geister's ass.
That was a
What
good
about
one.
you?
That was a good one.
And Will
Scott Brown.
And Will Snyder's right here. He had the fastest car up here.
Who did?
This guy right here.
Frank Pfeiffer, 3 times.
No, you were the first one to put nitrous on your car, correct?
That's true.
He had the fastest
That's
car.
true.
And the car was called the Sting.
And the
Called
test
the
track
Sting.
was State Road.
Yeah, that was the test track, State Road.
It still is for some people.
State Road.
And he was making nitrous oxide. When I got the Camaro, he put the nitrous on my car. And we went right past his house on State Road. He said, hit it. I hit it, and then he hit the button, and woo, we were gone.
Now,
That was the first nitrous oxide we ever did.
now, what about the guys like Joe LaLica, Greg Pop, all those guys?
I don't even know they're cruisers.
Okay.
That's the C or the D team.
Okay.
This is the A team.
Okay, that's what I want.
This is
That's
the
what I want.
A-team.
And who's this gentleman over here?
Oh, he's part of the A team. It's Tano. He came in. He's a little younger. He's a little younger.
He's still hungry for a paint job. Where's he
Hey,
at?
shut up! Why you gotta bring that up?
Well, what does Dukes mean for you guys?
It isn't this.
Good friends, good times. What people don't realize about this whole deal is it was more than the racing. We did a lot of racing, all of us, him and I. We did a lot of racing, but we also did crazy things. We'd be up here playing dice. We'd be up here throwing softballs at that building. We'd have egg fights. We'd have demolition derbies. We did everything up here besides racing.
Each other for about 48 years now. We started
away from you don't take nothing away from the street. We were the same. We'd race each other. We fought with each other, but we'd back each other 100%.
Was it true that you guys would race each other just for a hamburger sometimes?
Never, not a hamburger.
Not even on Harlem?
I raced Martinick for $25
Yeah.
on Bell Road.
He had a
That was
fast
about-
car right here. He had a fast car.
And that's the one Ollie had.
Yeah.
The one I had. Ollie got out of the picture. He didn't want to be in it.
Actually, green. Then silver, then
Green,
red.
I think it was silver, and somebody told me he put a 427, and he took me for a ride. I said, man, this is the best run in 396 I was ever in. He was so mad at me.
That was a nice car.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm glad that you guys remain friends because that's what it's all about.
we're friends.
And, you know, all I did up here was try to bring guys back that would maybe have their kids, and the kids were not going in the shop class anymore.
By the way, you owe him and I a lot of money for them Dukes jackets that you were.
No, you got to understand something.
We don't understand nothing but this.
Duke changed it.
Don't cover me up. I don't know what this match plan.
Him and I designed the back.
Original.
The original. The one. And we were in my house, and we came up with Duke's Driving, home of the fastest. And he looked at me, he goes, no. The fastest.
The.
And that's what it is.
See, I was told that Duke changed it.
No, he changed it. Felix Blonsky came up with the, period.
We came up here, and I think we made Dukes because it was Bridgeview Driving, and it used to close early.
and it took them and us to make it what it is today. It wasn't going to go all by themselves.
When I was like 6 years old.
Oh, wow.
I went to school with the son Wayne.
And I'm still the quiet one.
Yeah, he's still
out
the
of
quiet
all
one.
of them.
But you got to watch
But Duke let us do what we did, and we had a lot of fun up here.
And we
And
thank Duke, and we thank Duke and Joan. Yeah.
He's up there smiling right now.
Oh, I am sure he's smiling
He'd
down.
be here at 5 in the morning. We'd still be here pitching quarters and shooting dice. And Duke could be out here washing the sidewalk with a broom himself, cleaning the place up.
Yeah. And, you know, I got to say, I mean, Marty, everybody that's, you know, smiling down, I asked them, please, suck up that rain, blow it somewhere else. Somebody wasn't listening, or somebody was out here jinxing me.
And there's a whole group of girls, including Pam, all the wives that used to come up here and hang out.
And
let
how
us
did
do what we
how did you meet Pam?
In high school, before Duke's. Yeah.
And then you met your first wife through
High school.
And Mike, never mind.
I met my wife at a party.
My party.
Ricky when he met his wife.
Ricky, yeah, Ricky.
Where'd you meet Rosie?
Yeah, where'd you meet Rosie?
Every weekend.
So what is?
All you guys met people.
Hey, Rick. Hey, Ricky got a minute to be on camera, and he's like,
Yeah, what's the
Story about chops, remember?
But I tell you what, Ricky knows fucking women everywhere. Because me and him were in line. We were in line. We were in.
Going overboard now.
We were in. Remember, we were in line at the Indy, getting cheeseburgers, and Ricky goes, "Oh, get that for me. I know her." And we're like, "Yeah, right." But you know, where's that son of a bitch at? Where's he at? He's hiding around the end of the thing. Indianapolis.
we've been on some of those, Mike. That's what he said.
I lived up here. I come out of work, I came up here and I sat up for hours. Yes, right. We went to
Steve ran. He didn't want to be on the camera.
Glenn and I, we had to back up when he was starting all the time.
we were walking and they said the one guy's name, hey, that guy's down over there. I said, let's go. They both kicked me out of the arms.
At my sister's. 2 o'clock in the morning. Let's go get our money back. Then we dropped the tow bar. Oh my gosh.
Ask him what his famous line was.
What was your famous line?
Rag. It's a rag.
Mike, that's where you get it from?
It's a
There,
rag.
the guy kept pulling the valve covers off for checking the valves between every time he did a burnout. Here comes Felix. Yeah, you ready yet or what? The guy goes, can you give me a minute? It's a rag.
What did he say to him? If
You want to be spitting teeth, Pudgy?
yeah, that's what it was.
But the night we were up here, it's 5 in the morning, we're gambling in the back. This guy named Wally, we call him Chops. He lost everything. So I'm taking my kids to Great America tomorrow. Well, how am I going to go? He threw a handful of change at him to take the bus. He left, he got down to the Brown's Chicken, he skidded the tires. He came flying back, we think he's going to hold up the game or something. Flies back in the parking lot, jumps out of the car, he said, I found a wrinkled 20 under the glove box. Let's go. Calero threw one through, that was it. He took that money from him, too, he had to leave. I don't think he ever went to Great America.
All right, man.
Putting this
We're
together.
done. Yeah. Wait, we're down here with Patsy, and they say you've been retired now for 2 years, and I remember trying to make your retirement day really fun and have everybody come up.
You did very well.
Well,
You did very well.
but the thing is, though, you didn't like me at all in the beginning.
No, because of those car shows. You made my life hell for the car shows. But then I wasn't working the car show, so I didn't care.
Right. But you could, whenever I'd come in, she'd be like, "Why do you have these cars here? Are you paying these people?" But and I would always say, "I'm going to have a car show," and she'd be sit there, "Why are you doing this to me?" Well,
Yeah.
You had to make those other people work, not you.
That's right. That's what I did eventually.
Now, who taught Mark everything he knows?
Me, of course. Yes. And in the beginning,
In 1975.
Well, I wasn't there in 75.
Oh, you weren't?
No, I didn't start until about 77.
Okay.
Okay. And Jeanette and I would work a Friday night with my nephew Kenny. So there was 3 of us on a Friday night looking for things to do. So in the beginning, and then look at what we have now.
Right.
It's a great place to work. Have lots of good friends, lots of fun.
Now, are you the longest working employee here?
Am I the longest working employee? Yeah, I think so.
We're down here with Darren Lawrence, which is Kevin Lawrence's
little brother.
Okay. And, well, I guess he was a good influence on you because this car that you got here.
Oh yeah.
Not short on horsepower.
No, not at all. We were. I remember coming up here with Kevin in like 75, 76 when the place first started opening. So
Right.
yeah, we've been here for a while.
So what does Dukes mean to you?
A lot of good memories, a lot of good friends, good memories. Coming up here street racing on a Friday night, Saturday night. Yeah, it's a good time. Good time.
So what's going to go with the car now?
We're going to get the car going, probably take it to Super Chevy on the 14th and 15th of September.
Okay.
Out in Road 66 to see what it does.
Well, I wish you all the best, man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
All right.
I can't believe it. Look at all the cars. The van's pulling out. Dunkin' Donuts. Look how far we are from Dukes. I can't believe it. They're parked all north of Dukes for at least a block and a half. Anyway, we got the lowriders over here, man. Everybody's having a good time over here. What did I do? And there's still more coming. The rain didn't stop anybody. They didn't leave. They're still here and coming. I think it's time to fire this car up and knock some moisture off the engine. Now, what does this mean for you tonight?
It's sad to see it go.
Yeah, Rick, it is sad to see. This is 4 generations here.
Yeah.
You think about it. You said you came here in '78. Okay.
That is correct.
Remember Al? I call Polak Al, what, Fast Al?
Yes.
That's how I got up here.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
He's the one who corrupted me.
Oh yeah. Woznicki, right?
And Novacek.
Or Novacek.
Or
okay, I'm sorry.
Nowazik. but
Nowazik.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's who started me up here. So.
Yes.
And then
yes.
I met Mike Alberts, Bill Legs, all those, and then
Billy Legs, Mike
Scott Focus, and
Alberts.
I worked for him for a while at the bar and everything.
Yep.
So it's
all good guys.
Yeah,
still,
they are
still
nice
see them guys still to this day.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about earlier, friendships. You guys are still friends after all this time.
Yep.
So, and you got old man, Lenny over here, wiping his car off with a towel, not a chamois.
Right.
Some things are just hard to break.
Yes.
George, we've known each. I'm sorry, Ringberg. George, we've known each other back from Pro Mechanic days and everything.
Yep.
When did you actually get this car?
I bought this car in 2007. Bought it from a gentleman out in the South Heights, and I purchased a car from a guy who wanted to go stock racing with it, NHRA stock racing, but it had the Dana 60 in it. So the guy was just kind of like, well, I'm going to find another car, this and that, and Bob Buckley, of all people, was the one that sold me the car.
This was Bob's?
Yeah, no, well, Bob sold me the car, but it was a gentleman by the name of Kevin Walsh that owned the car.
Okay.
So I bought the car in 2007, and then just proceeded to start tinkering with it and brought it back to prominence. And then in 2010, I sold it. So I sold it to a gentleman in Missouri, and then in 2013, I put an ad on Craigslist looking for this car in Missouri. I knew I sold it to a guy in Missouri. So everyone's like, oh yeah, this is the car, this is the car. I said, well, send me pictures, this and that. And I get the pictures, I'm like, this isn't the car. So it was Good Friday, 2010. I get a phone call. I just got home from work. It's 7:30 in the morning. I was working nights. And I get a phone call from a guy, say, hey, listen, I think I got your car. I said, oh yeah, all right, fine, send me pictures. So all of a sudden, I look at the pictures, I go, holy shit, it's the car. And I'm like, okay. I said, I'll buy it back. I go, how do I know it's the car? He goes, simple. We never changed the name over on the title.
Wow.
That's how I knew it was the car. Damn. So then, but when I bought the car back, it was in pieces. All the paint was off the car, the glass, the interior, it was just ransacked. It was sitting out in the back of a barn in Dixon, Missouri. So I had to go down with 2 trailers and get all the pieces for it, and then the process began. And it's been in the family ever since.
Labor of love, and you and I are both sick.
Yep. Yes, we are.
We're down here with Minnesota Nick, and well, okay, this is a rat rod.
Yeah, this is a certified rat rod.
Well, you're known for coming up here with some really strange projects.
Yeah, this is my latest creation right here, a Model A, 28 Model A, with a big block Chevy and a Chevy grill.
Yeah, that wasn't like that back in 1929, though.
No, 28.
28, I'm sorry.
No, this is a modern version of it.
Well, are you having a good time tonight?
Oh, yeah, this is great, man. We should close Duke's every Saturday night.
I've been here when we closed it. But,
the last Saturday night every weekend.
Yeah.
Let's do this again next Saturday.
Well, when they get the new location, I hope to see you up there.
Oh, I will be. I'll be the first one up there.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for your support, man.
Yeah, anytime. Duke's is the way to go. I mean, look at the people. People love this place. It's an icon on the south side of the Chicago area.
Joey, who told you to park over here?
we just decided we seen everybody just, parking everywhere, so we decided to park right here too.
I kept telling everybody, go to Marquette Bank. Go where they're closed. Don't worry about it. Anyway, tell me a little bit about your club.
We've been together for 21 years. We branched off from Los Angeles, California. So we've been here actually. The club itself been here for 40 years in California, but here in Chicago, we've been here for 21 years.
You're always late to the party, man.
They told me bank. I'm at the bank down the street.
I know, you're making a deposit.
You should have said Marquette, not the other bank.
Are you having fun, dude?
And I'm trying to use the ATM, and all these lowriders are blocking. What's going on?
Yeah. I told everybody go park in the bank.
Hey.
Hey, you having fun?
Yeah, good time.
All right, man. It's nice seeing you again.
All right, nice seeing you, Scott.
All right. Everybody knows I love my 68 Chevelles, station wagon, four-door, Pro Street, and I love this car. And, well, it belongs to John
Murabito.
And how many years have you had this car?
I've had it for about 24 years.
Did you make it a Pro Street or did you buy it?
When I bought it, it was not like this. It was actually red, and it eventually became this way. But, yeah, it just... over the course of probably the 25 years, every year I'd put a little more money into it, and finally at one point I took it all apart and had it painted. It was apart for about 6 or 7 years, and then got it all back together in 2009 and just took care of it ever since. So
it's a labor of love, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you got your daughter involved now.
Yeah, she likes coming to the cruise nights and everything with me. She loves old cars too, so.
Well, I'm glad that you brought her into this culture.
Yep, it's yeah, you got to get the younger kids involved and try to keep it going. So.
Well, when my car's done, you and I are going to be cruising side by side.
All right, sounds good.
There you go. We got Kevin Lizick down here, and I like to call him Larry sometimes. But anyway, him and Jay have always had these beautiful American graffiti cars, and you've changed a few things on it to make it more period correct.
I changed a few things. I put the rear Nerf bar on. It's a replica of the graffiti Nerf bar. And I popped on the front fenders on the car too. So I got it pretty close to the graffiti coupe as possible.
All right, now tell us what Dukes means to you, because I know you knew Duke.
Duke means a lot to me. I started coming here with my dad when I was about 12 years old. We used to cruise here with a 23 T-bucket. And then I started coming here as a kid with some of my cars, and then this car actually had one of Duke's motors in it. It had his 283 out of his vet in it. No longer has the 283, but it did have his motor in the car.
Well, what's it mean for you tonight, man?
It's about you. I came here for you tonight. That's why I came here. It means a lot to me to be here tonight. I actually drove through here at about 9 in the morning with my daughter, and she says, Dad, go home and get the car. You're always bitching you don't have it out, so go take it out. And here we are. Well, it means a lot because there's not a lot of these places left around.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll be opening up another place, I'm sure. When they tell me, I'll tell you, and when it's ready to be there, I want you to be the first one there.
I will be there. Thank you for everything you've done, Scott.
Thank
Done
you,
a great
man.
job.
I did it for you guys.
Thank you.
For some of you, this car behind me, you might remember back in June for our first drag night of the year. Well, Nick owns it, but Nick, you're synonymous for this Ironman. But let's talk about Dukes. When was the first time you actually came up here?
Early 70s.
It was Bridge you driving.
Yeah. Yes, it was. Yep. Got a lot of memories. Kevin Lawrence, Marty Bilecki, Mike, all those guys. It was phenomenal. I mean, that's why I'm here, because that's what it was all about. You know, Chicago street racing. You know, going back to 159th and Bell Road and 107th Street, all that street racing stuff started a lot here.
Oh yeah, and what was with Ironman?
Ironman is a car I built, and it's very famous, known to pull wheelies down the quarter mile.
Okay, well, you never made it to Byron for that wheelie contest, huh?
No, I never did. I always went to the Meltdown. I went to the Tri-5 Nationals. They had my car there at the starting line for the national anthem. Well-known car.
Well, I want to thank you and your lovely wife for coming out again.
Thank you.
Being in the rain,
Yeah.
I see the plastic cover and everything
Yeah.
else. I really appreciate you coming
Thank
out. I
you.
hope you had a really
Awesome
good time.
show. Thank you. I
All right.
appreciate you. Put
Thank
on
you,
an
man.
awesome show.
Good.
All right.
We'll see you at the next place.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, Mike, what do you got going on over here? Is this a young Mike Alberts here?
Well, you know, I washed it, I waxed it, we bring it here. Who's driving it?
The old man washes and waxes the car and you get in here and fire it up? What do you think you are?
Just trying to give people a show.
That you are. That you are. You're one of the guys in the cackle deal.
Yep.
Mr. Edwards is here. Mr. Edwards, you got two boys that are a part of this deal too, but
Yes.
you having a good time tonight?
Oh, definitely, definitely. Always a good time here.
Do you think I maybe overdid it tonight?
No.
Do you know the cars are parked all the way on the grass,
All the way down beyond Dunkin' Donuts.
Exactly.
And they're across the street in the bank.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, and they're still trying to get in.
The rain did not deter anybody.
No, it did not. No, it's a very good night, Scott.
We've had an interview with Pat, and Pat's got this was his dad's car. You know he's in charge of it, so he can blow it up if he wants. He ain't gonna do that, but anyway, this was used to be Rich Lupsky's car, but it was his dad's car before it was Rich Lupsky's car. Now, your brother fired up a little bit after after Joe.
Yeah.
And Albert's kid. Now he calling you out, man. So
Mikey's a good guy. Both Mikeys are great guys.
They are great guys.
Absolutely.
But the call was there. We're down there with Melissa. Well, she rubbed my back just a minute ago. Boy, does that feel good. Oh, my back is killing me. Anyway, Melissa, this is your beautiful 1970 Chevelle. So we've known each other for how long?
Oh my God, like well over 20 years.
Before you got married.
Oh yes,
Right.
definitely.
Boy, is he a lucky son of a bitch, ain't he?
Yes,
Anyway.
he is. Yes, he is.
Anyway, so you both got cars. She's got the yellow Mustang. You got this. Tell us, about Dukes for you when you guys came up here way back
Oh
when?
my God, when we came back in the 80s, it was awesome. Every Friday and Saturday night, packed. You get done working or school or whatever, you get in your car, you come here, hang out all night. It was awesome. Awesome, made a lot of friends. A lot of friends.
Like me.
Yes, like you. Just like you.
I'm glad you guys had fun tonight, even with the rain.
Oh, didn't bother. Not a problem. Not a problem at all.
They are parked down on the grass down to Dunkin'
By
Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts, I know that. Mhm. This is awesome.
I don't know. I don't know what I did. I just love what I do, guys, and I'm glad that you and your husband can enjoy this.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you,
Alrighty.
guys.
Hey, we're down here. I don't even know their last name. I don't care. But this car is Waterboy. It's been around since the US 30 days, correct?
US 30,
Okay.
correct.
And this is Puerto Rican Louis. I can say that without getting my butt.
Right.
Okay? And this is his son, Juan. Juan, this is your Malibu over there.
Yep.
All right. Now, obviously, your dad, well-known racer throughout the years and stuff, kind of rubbed off on you growing up?
Yes, it did.
Now, you went to the track and you saw like Coomer and all those guys when you were a little boy.
Yep. Even Mike Albert, Shake, Rattle, and Run.
Scotty.
So now,
Marty Barlecki, too.
yeah, and now you guys are racing about as fast as those guys were back in the day, right? With this one.
Right.
Yep. Running a decent number, low nines.
Now, your dad beat you in the one race, but you definitely had the wheels off the ground on this one.
Yeah, about 6 inches off the floor. Pretty good. First time out with it. Be a lot better next time.
It's all about fine tuning and stuff. We're down here with Dave Rashaven. Some of you guys know that Dave moved. Dave, you came back for this?
Yeah, this is the event. This is the last day of Dukes, and you can't miss it.
And how long you been coming to Dukes?
Since 78, 79.
That's when you had the pickup truck, or they had the Nova?
Nova.
Okay, the black one with the 4-speed.
Yep. Fun car.
What has it meant to you for all these years coming up to Dukes?
It's a lifestyle that we're addicted to.
Well, you got your son hooked into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wish you were here, Al.
Yeah, me too. It's a great event. It's a great send away. Pretty cool.
Well,
Quite the event.
We were out. We just walked out. Dunkin' Donuts. The cars are lined up on the grass all the way up there and over across the street. They had their own car show going on over there.
I know. I've been coming here since 78. It's never been like this. I stood in line for an hour for a beef. Had to do it. And it's just tremendous. Pretty cool.
I'm getting the last beef.
I know. You deserve it.
I sure do. We're down there with Dennis Hollis, and yeah, we've had our differences.
We have had our differences, but you know what? Hey, we got to move on. We're not kids, right?
No, we're not. We're adults.
That's right.
And no matter how our egos get in the way or our tempers, whatever, but you know what? It is what it is.
That's exactly right.
And you're here tonight, and you drove a car here tonight.
I did drive a car here. Well, because the other car I got chased by the cops, so I figured I'll bring something a little more sedate.
But you didn't do anything in that car.
No, I didn't. But you know what? Bridgeview's finest felt that they needed to talk to me and explain to me that I needed to be cool this week. And I just told them, I'm bringing a different car, so don't worry about it.
And it rained anyway, so there's no burnout tonight.
But I brought my wife's car, so sadly she couldn't drive it, but, you know.
We see the little pooch in the back.
Yeah, he's just
Getting a
hanging
little
out.
tired?
Yeah, he gets cranky, but he's my watchdog, so.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Having fun tonight, man?
I'm having a blast, dude.
How many people have you seen here tonight that you haven't seen in a
Oh,
while?
you know what? I can't even put a number on it. There's been that many people here tonight.
You had
That's
some
crazy.
good conversations with Focus.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just sorry this is closing.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's 4 decades.
I know. But I finally got a car done that I can bring here now, and it's gone.